I really don't care what happens to her at all. I don't care. Like everybody they tiptoe around with this social media, but what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequence.
It was supposed to be a calm industry event. Nothing major, nothing dramatic. Just a gathering of people in the entertainment circle, producers, actors, artists. People came dressed to impress. Music played in the background. Everyone sipped drinks, exchanged hugs, caught up. No one expected it to turn into a public explosion. But by the end of the night, two men who had been holding back for months finally snapped. And when it happened, there were no cameras ready, no PR team standing between them. Just raw emotion, pride, pain, and spit.
Yes, spit.
Because in a moment that now has the internet in total chaos, Aaron Pierre, the same Aaron who had stayed quiet for months, the one who never responded to Iman's shade, the one who seemed unbothered by all the tension, walked straight up to Iman Shumpert and spit in his face. The crowd froze.
People gasped.
And everything went silent, just for a second, before chaos exploded. No one saw it coming. But in hindsight, maybe the signs were always there. Because this wasn't just about two men bumping into each other at a party. This wasn't random. This was months and months of buried tension, jealousy, disrespect, and silent war finally spilling over into something ugly. Something public. Something dangerous. It all goes back to Teyana Taylor. Teyana had been trying to keep the peace. She stayed out of the mess, stayed focused on her daughter, her art, her career. She didn't drag anyone. She didn't entertain drama. She tried to coexist with both Iman and Aaron in a way that wouldn't damage her family. But peace doesn't work when egos are still bleeding.
And Iman?
He never got over the breakup. Never got over losing her. And definitely never got over watching another man grow closer to the daughter he used to call his entire world. What made it worse was how quiet Aaron stayed. He didn't post pictures. He didn't flaunt the relationship. But that silence? It only fueled the rumors. People started speculating that Teyana had fully moved on, that Aaron was playing stepdad behind the scenes, and that Iman was getting iced out, emotionally and physically. And when a video surfaced of Aaron helping Teyana and her daughter out of a car one night, gently holding the little girl's hand as they crossed the street, the internet exploded. People cheered.
But Iman?
He was furious. He didn't say it publicly, but those close to him knew. He felt replaced. Erased. From that moment on, something shifted. The indirect started. Iman posted quotes about real fathers being overlooked. He liked shady tweets. He started making music again, and fans noticed the lyrics felt bitter, personal. Some said he was spiraling. Others said he was just hurting. But Aaron stayed silent. Until now. The night of the fight started like any other. An invite-only gathering, small and intimate. Just a few dozen people. Teyana showed up with a few friends. She was glowing calm. But no one expected both Iman and Aaron to be in the room. And they weren't just both there. They were only a few feet apart. At first, they avoided each other. Iman stood by the bar, stiff, watching. Aaron kept his head down, whispering with friends, eyes occasionally flicking over toward Iman. The room was tense.
People felt it.
Whispers started. And then it happened. Witnesses say Iman made the first move. He walked toward Aaron, slow, calm. But the energy was off. One person said he looked like he was about to settle something, one way or another. No one could hear what they said, but it escalated fast. Iman pointed at Aaron's chest. Aaron said something back. They got closer. Shoulders squared. Voices raised. And then Aaron leaned in and spit. Right in Iman's face.
Gasps.
Screams. Some say Iman lunged forward. Others say he froze, stunned. Security rushed in immediately, separating them before anything physical could happen. But the damage was already done. Spitting isn't just an insult. It's a violation. The kind of act that strips everything down to the ugliest version of who someone is. And Aaron did it in front of everyone. People tried to calm Iman down, but he was furious. His voice cracked. His hands were clenched. He was shaking, pacing. "You're gonna regret that," he said.
Loud. Clear.
Tayana, who had been across the room, rushed in. She looked horrified. Someone said she grabbed Aaron's arm, pulled him aside, yelling something that sounded like, "Not here, not like this." But the event was already ruined. People were whispering. Phones were out. Even though security tried to block recordings, a blurry clip surfaced online within an hour. You couldn't see faces clearly, but you could see Aaron's movement. The lean in, the head jerk, the reaction. It was enough to know what happened. Within minutes, Twitter caught fire. Hashtag #AaronSpit, hashtag #ProtectTayana, hashtag Iman vs. Aaron fans flooded both of their pages. Some called Aaron disgusting. Others asked why Iman would even approach him. But the loudest voices weren't interested in excuses. They wanted justice. Because to many, this wasn't just a fight. This was assault. People demanded charges. They tagged the police department. They started online petitions. One tweet read, "You don't get to spit on someone and walk away. That's violence. Iman better press charges." For hours, neither Aaron nor Iman said anything. But Iman's team moved quickly. Sources say a formal police report was filed that night. Spitting under many state laws can be considered a form of assault. And Iman had the footage, the witnesses, and the humiliation to prove it. Meanwhile, Tayana said nothing. She didn't post, didn't tweet,
Didn't comment.
but the next day, she uploaded a black and white picture of her daughter holding a flower. The caption was quiet, heavy. "Peace is not weakness."
It was all she needed to say.
Her fans read between the lines. She was done. Done trying to play peacemaker between two men who couldn't control their egos. Done protecting people who kept dragging her into chaos. Done hiding behind silence. And maybe done with Aaron. Because sources say that after the event, Tayana and Aaron didn't leave together. In fact, she reportedly refused to speak to him. One insider claimed she told a friend, "I didn't sign up for this. I will not let this touch my daughter." If that's true, it changes everything. Because for months, Aaron had been seen as the calm one, the respectful one, the man who came in quietly and didn't bring mess.
But now?
That image was cracked, and Iman, for all his flaws, suddenly had the sympathy of the public. "You don't spit on a man in front of the mother of his child," one fan tweeted. "That's just vile." Still, amid the chaos and the mounting headlines, some fans weren't just pointing fingers at Aaron Pierre. They questioned Iman's role in all this too. Why did he even approach Aaron in the first place? They asked, some with curiosity, others with suspicion. Why couldn't he just let it go? Was starting a confrontation really necessary? The questions flew fast and furious across social media, sparking heated debates among fans and strangers alike. Yet, despite the back and forth, almost everyone agreed on one crucial point: Tayana Taylor deserved better. She deserved peace, respect, and emotional safety. Not to be caught in the crossfire of two grown men battling their own bruised egos while she stood in the middle, trying to hold the pieces of her family together. But the drama was far from over. The video capturing the explosive incident went viral almost overnight. Clips of Aaron spitting in Iman's face, a moment so shocking, so raw, spread like wildfire across Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and even made its way onto mainstream news outlets. Suddenly, headlines blared across screens everywhere. Actor spits on former NBA star. Tayana Taylor caught in heated feud between exes. Custody battle turns ugly in public showdown. Memes surfaced by the minute, some mocking, some outraged, and others deeply sympathetic to Tayana's plight. The incident quickly became a cultural flashpoint, a moment everyone felt compelled to weigh in on. Celebrities, who normally stay clear of such messes, couldn't resist commenting either. One well-known actress tweeted with biting sarcasm, "Aaron Pierre, that's how you handle things? Honestly embarrassing." A producer who had recently worked with Aaron quietly unfollowed him on social media, signaling disapproval without saying a word. The pressure on Aaron was mounting, but his silence was deafening. No apologies. No denials. No official statements. Just an eerie quiet that some interpreted as a calculated move, letting the storm pass without adding fuel to the fire. Others called it cowardice, a refusal to take responsibility for a moment that had already irreparably damaged his reputation. Then, just when it seemed like the story might start fading, the narrative took an explosive turn. Leaked messages allegedly from Aaron to a close friend surfaced online. The authenticity of these texts was unconfirmed, but if real, they were nothing short of incendiary. In one particularly damning message, Aaron reportedly wrote, "He came at me like I was a punk. I snapped. I don't regret it." If those words truly belonged to him, they revealed everything. This wasn't a moment of losing control. It was a deliberate choice. A calculated decision to lash out and make a statement. And that choice, it might cost him everything: his career, his public image, and possibly his freedom. For days, Iman's legal team maintained radio silence. Then finally, the bombshell dropped. A carefully worded statement was released exclusively to select media outlets, confirming that Mr. Schumpert had filed an official complaint following the physical incident involving Mr. Pierre. The statement was clear: Mr. Schumpert will be pursuing all appropriate legal action. The gloves were off. What had once seemed like a messy personal dispute had now transformed into a full-blown legal battle. Aaron was potentially facing assault charges. The gravity of the situation was undeniable. Aaron's representatives, however, still remained tight-lipped. No public comments. No damage control. Only silence. Meanwhile, Tayana, ever the enigma, also chose not to speak out. But actions, they say, speak louder than words. Recently, she unfollowed Aaron on every social media platform. A subtle but unmistakable message that something in their relationship had irreversibly shifted.